Okay, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. We don't have anything to talk about, nothing to talk about. There were some stories, that I had made comments on, so I was like, let's talk about those things. Because you might see me online or on Instagram or something like that making my nails. When I tell you my nails are a mess, one nail just broke, and so instead of filing it down, because I didn't want to get up, I bit it off. And so now it's looking like, meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Been feeling you all the while, girl, I must confess. Let's get married. Yes, baby, let's get married. See, I've done it all. And frankly, girl, I'm tired of this emptiness. I want to come home to you and only you. So yeah, I said that all to say that my nail was jagged, jagged edge. So they was looking crazy. I need to get my nails done. I need to go down there to the lady and tell her to do my nails. And I want to get a little short nail. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that coming up. I'm gonna get little short nails because I told you I'm a man with my hands. I move too fast. I really love those pointy nails, the ones that be looking like claws, not the ones that have like the hump over them with the claws that look like talons. No, I like them. I don't know what they call them. Pointy. They're like so pointy. They look like bing, like you could pop a balloon with it if you just went like that. Boom. But I'm too mannish with my hands, girl. I move so fast. So I'm gonna get little short ones. I'm gonna get little short ones. Just that come just above my finger. We gonna see. I used to get nails. I used to get nails and stuff, but I'm like, I didn't like the way it made my real nail feel. Like I felt like my nail beds will get real tender real quick. So I wouldn't keep nails on for a long time either. And I wouldn't even go get fills. I would just get a full set and just be done with it. I wouldn't keep going to get fills because then every time I just felt like my little nail was like sensitive. So yeah. So let's see. So I did want to talk about that lady who go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let me know you stopped by. Don't forget to timestamp parts in the video where you would like to see like a short. Honey, we might not even be able to get on TikTok. With they about to ban TikTok. Do you think that they're banning TikTok because of the amount of information that's being shared and the amount of people who are like the bells are going off and they're becoming more aware of things that are going on? Do you think there's a little conspiracy theory behind that? That's a lot of people are like, the girls are like, we're talking and the girls are sharing stories, and all I think is just going to happen, the people are just going to move to another platform where they could do short films, short clips, or whatever. TikTok can go away, people will just move to another app. So I don't know if, they said that the reason why they're getting rid of it or going to ban it is because the person is not selling it or something. So let's see the TikTok ban. Let's see. I just ordered some everyday. I just ordered some everyday dose. Uh, who posted about us? Everyday dose. Saw an ad. Instagram. Probably like 3 months. That was a good survey. They asked some good questions. Shout out to Everyday Dose. I just actually ordered. They have the mushroom coffee. I want to get away from coffee, but I still like. I love the flavor of coffee. That's mostly the reason why I drink coffee. So if I can, I'm gonna try this Everyday Dose, and I'll let y'all know what it's like. It's not sponsored or anything like that. I just ordered it. They have like this little special going on where you got 25% off. So I did a little impulse buy. I've been wanting to buy it. I've been wanting to try it, but then I saw they had a sale. So I jumped on it real quick. And so we'll talk about it. I'll let you know how I feel. But I love coffee. So I'll let you know how I feel about it when I get it. Anywho, um TikTok. That's what we talking about. Huh? Let's see what they're saying about this TikTok ban news. House passes a bill that could lead to the to the ban of TikTok. The House passed legislation that could ban TikTok in the US unless the app parts ways with its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. It's a major challenge to one of the world's most popular social media platforms used by 170 million Americans. F enacted the bill, which passed on a bipartisan 352 to 65 vote, would give TikTok about 5 months to separate from ByteDance, or app stores in the US would be banned from hosting it on their platforms. It is not clear what the fate of the measure will be in the Senate. This is from CNN. Lawmakers supportive of the bill have argued TikTok poses a national security threat because the Chinese government could use it as intelligence laws against ByteDance, forcing it to hand over data of US app users. They don't want anybody else making money off of your data. They only want to make money off your data. I truly believe that people, because they are using our data and we're not being compensated for our data being mined and used, I really feel there should be a tax break, like a data tax break. Like, we're using your information to do whatever. Y'all, we should get a tax break. You're using my data and without my permission and not paying me. So I want a tax break. Thank you. Hopefully this sounds good. I put it up here. This is the first time I'm having it. Hopefully it's not rubbing against my neck or anything like that. TikTok blasted the House vote and urged Senate to consider the facts. China's foreign ministry responded angrily ahead of the vote, calling it an act of bullying. It is. I think it's an act of bullying. Why was the bill passed? National security. They have to use fear in order for you to have your buy-in. Like, oh my God, my information is going to be sold, while they're already mining your information. They're already using your information. They're making it seem like they care about its citizens, and they don't. Because look at the homeless population. Look at the education system. Look at the medical system. Look at healthcare. Look at all the shit that happens in America. You don't give a fuck about your citizens. So stop acting like you do. It's something else. Like that's why it's always like you feel like it's some kind of conspiracy happening, because when you think about it logically, the shit doesn't make sense. Ain't nobody gonna steal intelligence. There's a lot of people, there's a group of people saying, because of the amount of information that is being shared, like the stories about people, the trad wives, like all these things, the stories, the information, how people are learning different things, people are cooking, and people are in community over there, and they want to break that shit up. They want to break it up. And I don't know why. I don't think I don't. Y'all let me know what you think about this TikTok ban. And I don't use TikTok. I just go on there and post clips from here. Like when you guys, you've seen it. You've seen the clips. I just post clips from here on TikTok. That's it. When y'all timestamp, y'all are helping me as a community create these short videos. And I put them on TikTok. I sometimes put them on Instagram, and I put it on, what is this called? YouTube, down to the YouTube. All the people are going to do. I've noticed people, shout out to Melanie Hamlet. She's moved, like she still posts on TikTok, but she's like slowly has moved to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I think for a lot of people, so that not all your content is in one place, that you can possibly lose your content. If your content is on TikTok and it's not anywhere else, you should probably start downloading your videos now in preparation. Get you a flash drive, save all your videos, and in preparation to upload them to another platform. That's the only thing I could say, because I don't use TikTok. I don't make money off of TikTok. I just post there. I don't think you have to have a certain amount of followers or views in order to start making money there. So I just post, and let me see what I have going on over on TikTok. On TikTok, I have like 1,500 followers and 10,000 likes. So get rewarded here. Get rewarded for learning how to promote. They're always getting you to try to, create. They'll offer you, they'll start offering you like, oh, do you want to, make money. So I'm not there yet. I think you have to be at a certain amount. I don't know. I'm not really invested.
You will never decenter men until you stop believing that the deity you worship is male. Oh my God. What do you mean? You will never decenter men until you stop believing that the deity you worship is male. Oh my God.
Did you hear that? Shout out to the girls waking up. This baby looks like she's in her 20s. Look at that. She said, you will stop believing why a lot of you will never decenter men until you stop believing that the deity you worship is male. My heart just bursted into flames. Yes, God is a woman. No, God is not a woman. God is non-binary. God is both. Neither man or woman, but masculine and feminine. That's we have a lot, literally a lot of unlearning to do. There are millions of people who must learn that masculine doesn't mean man and feminine doesn't mean woman. It doesn't. No, God is not a woman. Shout out to Ariana Grande. I love that song, but God is not a woman. God is both and all and none at the same time. Because we are all both. We are from the creator. We are extensions of source energy, and you should behave as such, right? That's why people can be both evil and good. You wonder why these people who go around abusing people, they're operating in both sides of themselves because we are both. They go in between. That's why they harm people at night, and in the day they give them back to colleges and stuff like that. So they go unsuspected. You know what I'm saying? We are both. When somebody tells you that you're masculine, you should not see that as an insult. You should see that you are accessing your masculine energy in an effort to survive in whatever environment you are in. Sometimes you access your feminine energy to get out of whatever you need to do to survive in this world. You utilize both. You are both. No one should ever be able to insult you by saying you're masculine. There's no reason to be insulted by that. You should be like, well, good. At least I have access to my masculine. A lot of these people don't even have access to their feminine. A lot of women don't even have access to their feminine. And men don't have access to their feminine. That's why they're so grossly imbalanced. You're both, sweetheart. Literally like a battery. You see the positive side and the negative side. That's the female side and the male side, positive and negative. You're both. Now, you need both to function. Otherwise, you'll be in balance. So when people are over here trying to sell you femininity and believing that people with vaginas have a cornerstone on femininity, you don't. A lot of you are performing femininity from a patriarchal rule book. You don't even know what it is. You believe that femininity is nails and skirts. And you think masculinity is strength and, aggression. And it's not. It really isn't. So shout out to the girls. Shout out to Diva who sent this to me. Look at the girls. Like I said, my heart bursts into flames whenever a young woman, I could see her little eyes just unwinding and to be like, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Because a lot of people just stay quiet about their feelings because they're surrounded by so many people who have an opposite idea of that. They're operating from their socially engineered brain. And so you stay quiet because you literally feel alone. All your friends, all they want to do is talk about me. And you're like, girl, there are other things that we could talk about, girl. Let me tell you, so I've been like this. If you ask anybody who has known me for any length of time, I've been like this. This is not something, this is before I even had children, before I got in a relationship with narcissists. That I have been like this hard, but at the same time, still operating in that conditioning. But operating in that conditioning while at the same time knowing you don't want to do it. So it's something that you literally have to unlearn. You've been programmed since you were a little girl. So that's why we allow grace in that way, like for you to come to this awareness in that way. We have to allow grace because all of us are under the same system. You just have some of us who are just bucking the system that is, conditioning you. And then you get pushback, right? Because people are resistant to unlearning, because the truth is you have to make a decision. Once you have the knowledge, you have to make the decision on what your next step is going to be. Are you going to continue to run around here in delusion, or are you going to accept the reality of what's going on here? And sometimes when you accept the reality, it means that the things that you've craved and have been conditioned to crave since you were a little person may not be in your reach anymore, because the truth will set you free. And now you're like, ugh, it's hard. I have to check myself every day, the way I approach things after I read something and the way that I process it. You have to, everybody has to unlearn it. And you get a lot of pushback because people are conditioned, and it's like a bunch of Agent Smiths running around trying to keep you in that box. So it is what it is. So let's see what else is happening. Let's go back to the blogs, girl. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, remember that lady that said that woman that said she didn't like hood people, and people got upset. And I'm going to tell you, I think I was able to kind of write it out. I'm going to read you what I wrote as it relates to this thing where people are hood. People are hood, and you don't want to be around hood people, right? So this girl says, I tell y'all that was one of the most miserable experiences of mine. Turned out that this woman is a felon. I think she was arrested for aggravated assault, I believe. So she was arrested. Aggravated assault can mean a lot of things. So I don't know what the reason, but she has a mug shot, right? And the people found out and they were like, she's a grifter, she's a troll, she's all of these things, right? But listen to the message, okay? But I worked in the hood. And when I tell y'all that was one of the most miserable experiences of my entire life. But I worked in the hood. And when I tell y'all that was one of the most miserable experiences of my entire life. You could not look at them wrong. They wanted to fight. You could so ignorant. It's just always negativity. They're always down to fight. They're always loud. They're always like, ew. Like, I'm so glad that Tampa is so segregated and I don't have to go on that side of town. And I know that sounds terrible, but like a lot of things I'm just so traumatized by. I do not get along with hood chicks at all. I could probably count 0. Never befriend other women unless they have as much as you or more, or you're only asking. And of course, being a sport. Okay. So she went on to show like her, living whatever kind of lifestyle she wants to live, and saying she doesn't want to be around hood people, right? So I said this because I agree, right? I know we be joking, talking about where the hood niggas at. No, I don't want to know where they are. No, thank you. I'm good. Thank you very much. So I said this, and I know a lot of people get triggered by black people being called hood, but there are hood black folks, right? They are hood niggas, right? And when I say niggas, I'm talking about men and women, just people. There are hood people, right? Every group of people, every culture has a group of hood people, right? And they refer to them as whatever it is that they refer to them as. So I said this: black people equate, quote, hood with blackness. And if you say you don't like hood people, you are inadvertently saying that you don't like black people. People will call you anti-black for saying you don't like hood people, because black people equate being hood with blackness. This is why Black people defend degenerates, because they're too afraid to separate themselves from the people who harm their community. The way y'all defend hood niggas is a trauma response. You're too afraid to separate yourself from Black people who harm your community because you don't want to seem anti-Black. But what's anti-Black is you assuming that every hood motherfucker is safe because they're Black. I said, because it's okay to separate people who don't know how to act with people who do know how to act. There is a reason why the Black collective is always supporting degeneracy, because as soon as somebody says in what you think is a derogatory statement about hood nigga shit, y'all jump into your Black feelings and attempt to defend it. And you don't even realize you're defending degenerate hood behavior. And it's okay to say you don't want to be around hood niggas. I don't want to be around that shit either. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Everybody Black ain't hood. And just because we share identity doesn't mean we are in community with each other. And that's how I feel. That is literally how I feel. And here's a person. I also think it's unfair to automatically characterize hood people as a danger to your community. To me, I've always equated hood people or hood being hood with domestic terrorism, people who terrorize your community. People equate hood to poor Blacks, which is an actual distinction completely lacking here. And y'all enjoy shitting on hood people because at the heart of it, you're fucking classist too. Imagine calling poor people degenerates because they're in poverty. No, that's not it. So you're equating hood with being poor. No, that's not what we're saying. But the poverty creates the environment. And you have people who vibrate on a low level, such a low level that all they care about is fucking and fighting. The blogs do a great job at demonstrating hood shit. I'm not dealing with that. And I said to myself, I said online that um I grew up in the barrio. I grew up around a majority of Latin people, probably 95% Latin community. I don't feel comfortable in a quote Black hood. I feel more comfortable in a barrio. And that doesn't make me anti-Black because I feel more comfortable with the people I was raised around and not feel comfortable around. Why should I feel comfort around dangerous people? No, not everybody in the hood is dangerous, but the element is what we're talking about. So y'all like to conflate things because, again, you equate hood with Blackness. When you have a group of people who are not connected through trauma, and I don't like to use them as a standard, but I'll use them as an example here. White people are not connected through trauma the way Black people are. So when they see poor, poverty stricken, always wanting to fight, always just fucking and fucking and fucking and creating kids and kids and kids and kids, just fucking because that's where they feel the most powerful in survival mode. They refer to those group of people as white trash, right? Black people, because of our history, would never refer to each other as black trash. We just call you niggas hood. Because black trash, that's too much. That's just, honestly, that's a lot. Because to call somebody black trash, that's crazy as hell. But white people call each other white trash. They separate themselves. But y'all are so connected through your Black identity that you even identify with hood niggas because they are Black. And you see a person saying they're not comfortable around hood niggas as anti-Black because you have equated hood to Blackness, being hood to Blackness. Everybody Black ain't hood. And everybody Black ain't community. And that's how I feel. That's truly how I feel. And a lot of people do not want to have that level of conversation because you've put the two together. Yes, there are hood black, and then you start calling people classes because that's how in intraracially then you practice classism. If there was no racism, the next thing would be classism. And do I want to separate myself from people who harm the community? People who are in the hood who do not give a fuck about their community, people who are a threat to the community, people who are destroying the community, people who are killing each other. Men are killing the men, the women, and the children. That hood shit, I don't want to be around that. And I have no problem saying it. And you can call me anti-black because you equate being hood and low vibration, that low vibration. You just so happen to be black. Nigga, you hood as fuck. And I don't want to be around you. You happen to be black. I don't have to be around you or even feel comfortable and safe around you just because you're black. Absolutely not. And that's the conversation y'all don't want to have because it does teeter on being classist and teeter on being anti-black because you have melded those two things together. All cultures have a group of hood or what they would consider trash. Now that's harsh, right? Calling somebody saying that you're white trash, but they do. And that's the way to separate themselves. Y'all want to stay tethered to identity. That's the reason why Clay from Love is Blind was on the internet talking about how you gonna believe a white show over your own people. What? So I'm supposed to just trust you because you black? Nah, I'm cool. No, just because we share identity doesn't mean we are in community. Just because we share identity doesn't mean I need to be safe, feel safe around you. You guys have proven there are so many groups of people who have proven they're not safe to be around no matter what their goddamn identity is. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Right. Clay says, somebody says, going on a show to get married while simultaneously not feeling ready to be married is wild. He says, believing a white network over your own people is even wilder. I said, niggas stay with a deck of race cards. Trust me, I'm black. No, no. Y'all are so tethered to your identities and you inadvertently stick up for quote unquote hood people. And it's not people growing up in the hood. The hood idea is like you don't care about your community. You harm people in your community. You are essentially domestic terrorist. I don't want to be around that. And that's the reason why the black community as a collective looks the way it does, because so many people are too afraid to say, I don't want to be around you hood people. I don't. The mentality is different. You'd be ready to fight at the drop of a dime, ready to kill somebody at the drop of the dime. I don't want to be around that uncertainty. I don't. And you can call it anti-black if you want to, but that's how I feel about it. And the people are not happy they're not happy with that approach. Someone says we can't even agree on what is actually included in the definition of hood. So I don't know if this take is fair in reference to the video. Old girl legitimately sounds anti-black. And I also think it's unfair to automatically characterize hood people as a danger to our community. So what would you call people who are a danger to your community? What would you call them? What would you call people who are a danger to your community and to the overall collective of black people? And another thing, you also have to understand that because I am a black woman, I don't represent all black people. That's another thing. And can't speak for all black people. But what I do know, I'm able to determine who I want to be around. I don't want to be around no hood niggas. I don't. Where the hood niggas at? No. Keep them over there. because they too volatile. They're too volatile. Their tempers are too short, and they don't mind killing people. That's what I'm talking about. So I said hood niggas always meant perpetrators of domestic terrorism. But since black is stereotyped as low budget, low class, degenerate, when you speak against it, you're labeled anti-black. You wouldn't hear black people refer to degenerate black people as black trash. So it's hood. And that's where I truly believe that's where people get hung up. Like you're like, oh, you trying to say somebody is hood? You anti-black? No, I'm anti-hood. These motherfuckers just so happen to be black. And I was raised in a community where I I felt safer in like a community of Latin people than I did around black people. Sorry, hood, in the hood. Because I wasn't raised around that. And you can't fault me as a black woman and just assume that because I'm black, I should understand hood mentality or hood behavior. I don't. Yes, I'm from the barrio, but doesn't mean that I understand or agree with the misbehaviors of the people who look like me just because I'm black. No. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me to do that. You're not going to get me to do that. And you can call it whatever you want. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. How do you feel? Do you agree or disagree? Is it a coincidence? You tell me. Historically, all types of low-class, uneducated black folks were classified as hood, including but not limited to the violent ones. Well, I'm not. So you have to understand when people are saying that, you should be able to understand we're not talking about people raised in the hood. We're talking about the people who are terrorizing communities of black people who are black people. You don't get a pass to terrorize people just because you black. And I'm too afraid to say, ooh, the motherfuckers is hood. No, I'm going to call it out. You hood niggas are a detriment to the community. Period. To men, women, children, animals. Yeah, I don't want to be around you hood motherfuckers at all. Thank you. You can call it what you want. You can call it what you want. I can give you what you want. Somebody said, why is our generation so happy? And Nicole Lewis, who is a licensed clinical social worker whose birthday happened to be today. I don't know, balloons. When I clicked on her page, balloons just started coming up. So I wish her a happy birthday. But she says, somebody asked, why is our generation so unhappy? And she said, lack of community, poisonous food, random rules created by churches, denying their sexuality, going no contact with family members, inflation, having zero options for financial security, no affordable housing, colorism, misogyny, white supremacy. I will add the illusion of white supremacy because it's not real. Strangers thinking they have complete access to your body, environmental racism, listening to music with negative lyrics, global warming causing less time to be outside, listening to the wrong podcast, believing people simply because they look good to you, George Bush, and poor health care. I agree. Totally agree. Somebody said you forgot. That's her list. When you make a list, don't tell her what she forgot. Just add to the list. Just add to the list. Okay, that's all I have on what you call it? What's it called? Twitter. I got about 15 more minutes to talk. Let's talk about. So remember yesterday we talked about raising Canaan star London Brown speaks on Drea Michelle. Well, Drea Michelle came down to the internet to say, I don't know that nigga. He's lying. Drea said, I have never met this man a day in my life. You see this niggas on here, the simp, typical simp nigga shit, lying on your dick. Nobody wants to suck your dick with your little scrunched up face. Your dick probably looks like your face. Lying on your dick. Raggedy bitch. Typical simp behavior. Lying on your dick. You don't know Drea from a can of paint. Drea comes out and says, I have never met this man a day in my life. I don't know why he feels the need to speak about me and my situation. When he uses the term us, brother, king, I don't know you. Didn't even know your name was London until today. Right now, this second, as I was asked about this, I've avoided the net altogether, and most bitch ass tendencies I've endured over the past few days. I won't be lied on though. Stay blessed. Hashtag I don't know this man. Hashtag who is us, and hashtag it would have never been you. I would have never sucked your dick. Drea said, oh hell no, I fuck with fine niggas, not dudes who look like their face is scrunched up. Somebody says, I don't care what anyone says. I'm not having a kid with a boy who's the same age as my son. Sorry. I said, then don't. Then don't, girl. That's your life. Do what you want. You can have an opinion on hers and say you wouldn't do it, so don't do it. It looks like the women are more mad than the men, and I don't understand I think it's the women who have their identities are so tethered to boys, and like black boys. They see black men as boys. I don't know. It's very weird, the amount of women who are upset with her and the age of this dude. If Jalen was 19, then I'd have a problem. Like when you have teen in your age, and these niggas is going after 19-year-olds and then like grooming them, and then or 16 years old and grooming them, waiting until they turn 18 and then marrying them. Hi, Marcus Houston. That's a totally different thing. Right? Right? Motherfucker. That's what y'all don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to talk about. Let's talk about Marcus Houston. Let's get on the damn internet and talk about Marcus Houston. When I tell you Tatum, that's Khloe Kardashian's son's name. And so Rodney the Voice, that's his niece's name as well. Tatum, remember yesterday I said Tatum is a cute boy or girl name. Tatum looks like Robert Kardashian. I sure would have named that baby Tatum Robert Kardashian Thompson. I wouldn't have gave him the name Thompson. Shit. Jules speaks out after 7.7 million firing. Fuck an NDA. Ye is up against the system. Having a discussion with fans in an open forum setting was unconventional, but it allowed inclusivity and open visibility for an entire fan base to opt in, give feedback, be heard, connect with one another to combine efforts, which is what I felt is needed. For Ye to stay on top of these two next runs, I was also given specific direction to rally the fans, let them each lead their own chapters, activate their locations, etc. This is my way of doing so. I am not a conventional woman, and this is why I worked at the company I worked at in the first place. I never wanted to work for free. I wanted to help the fans present their work to Ye so that he could hire them. I never wanted work done for free. I wanted to help the fans present their work to Ye. Oh, okay. I was like, that's the same thing. So that he can hire them instead of stale ass losers who don't know the slightest thing about culture, like Ben Priest or Milo Pedophilius. Anyone who has ever been in contact with me for as little as 5 minutes knows the last thing I'd ever do is steal an idea. Okay, Jules, shut your ass up. When I tell you that lady is a weirdo, anyone who has been in contact with me for at least 5 minutes knows I'd never steal an idea. I'd actually pay to have less as an amount of ideas that have overwhelmed me daily. Refer to my February tweets about hiring fans. Listen to the space. It's very clear who I am and what I stand for. Fucking NDA, sue me. They suing her for they said her NDA breaks it's $7.7 million for breaking an NDA. Let's see what some of the comments say. Her response is basically her clearing her name. She did not bash Ye. Sounds like she honestly wants the best for him and the two white men she mentioned, one being Milo, calling Ye mega fans, Down syndrome with developmental issues. Her only interest was the job she was set out to do. This has nothing to do with racism, but more about men belittling a woman's idea and work. I don't care what her white ass is saying. I'm going to take the side of people of color every time. That's dumb. Just because, see, again, another thing, just because you think so, just girl, I'm not going to say it again. Let's see what else. I told you. It says Jimmy Personnel reveals in a new interview that he's open to dating AD after calling off the wedding with Chelsea Blackwell. I told you he was very attracted to her. You could tell. Little Mama breaks down mid-interview while reflecting on her crashing Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' performance.
Tyrese called my phone as soon as I got home. He was like, bro, you ain't tell me you was performing. First of all, my heart is racing. I'm already mad embarrassed. I'm like, you crazy, Ty. Why would you say something like that? Performing. That's crazy. And I had to deal with like a lover on the radio in the morning, Wendy Williams, Angie Martinez, who she talked to Jay. And he was just like, yeah, I didn't like it. And he was so angry, and I was just trying my best to do everything I could. After a while, I was like, forgive yourself, bro. Move forward. That ain't make you like depressed or nothing? Bro, I was hurt. I was depressed. I was like, yo, what's going on? And then you got everybody telling you like you're doing bad. People pointing at you like, what did you do? How was you able to get through that? I be thinking about like real life stuff that people go through, bro. I be like, so blessed. I met a girl. She had a fight in Brooklyn, a train station. She's trying to get Shorty off of it. In the beginning, I was hurt. Tyrese called her coming up to her. She leaving the train station now. She going through the turnstile. Shorty coming up to her being aggressive. I don't know where she got what from, a knife or something. And she pushed Shorty or whatever she did to protect herself, killed the girl. When I went to go visit Rikers Island, she was holding my hand like, get me out of here. I don't belong here. I was protecting myself. It's people going through worse shit than me, bro. And that's what helped me be like, yo, I'm good. Girl coming up to her, she leaving the train station now. She going through the
Shout out to Lil Mama.
Coming up to her being aggressive.
Beyonce was trying to keep her from going up on stage. That was hilarious. Do y'all remember that? She was really trying to keep her from going on stage. Like, girl, don't do it. She was so happy. I think she was caught up in the moment. Her and Lil Bow Wow look alike. Fiance of a man who died in a freak accident at an engagement party is 14 weeks pregnant. Wow. Alabama police officer is disciplined after arresting a woman who didn't show ID. I don't want to watch that. Don Lemon returns to CNN as guest nearly 1 year after firing, talks new show, and Elon Musk canceling it. We reserve the right to make decisions about our business partnerships, and after careful consideration, X decided not to enter into a commercial partnership with the show. Shannon Sharpe made more money from viral Cat Williams interview than he has ever earned in an NFL season. God damn. And you know what's crazy about it? YouTube gets 45% of that. That is crazy. Let me see how many. Let's see how many views he has on YouTube from that Cat Williams interview. Let me see. Bitch. Take a guess. Take a guess how many views are on that video. Girl. 62 million views on that video. You know how much money that motherfucker's getting paid? Yeah. They say he make the most money. It says, get a load of this. This is from the Hollywood Unlocked. Shannon Sharpe says that he made more money from his viral Cat Williams interview than he has ever earned in an NFL season. The professional football player turned podcaster host Club Shay Shay reflected on his recent success on his other podcast, Nightcap, with whom he co-hosts with Chad Johnson, a.k.a. Ocho Cinco wanted me. Ocho Cinco wanted me, baby. I was about to drag Evelyn real quick. I'm gonna leave her alone. During the recent episode, Sharpe talked about how well he kicked off 2024 with his viral Cat Williams sit down, which was followed by another viral interview with comedian Monique. Speaking of Ocho Cinco, the Football Hall of Famer said everybody was talking about how much money I made during that Cat Williams interview. I just got the check. So whatever you think I made, times it by 3. Times it by 3. So if you think I made a $500,000, times it by 3. If you think I made $1 million, times it by 3. If you think I made 2 million, times it by 3, baby. He said I made more money on Cat Williams alone than I made in any year that I played with the NFL. To note, Shannon Sharpe made $5 million in 2000 when he signed to the Baltimore Ravens. However, 4.5 million was just a signing bonus. His highest base salary for a single season, he earned $2.5 million with the Denver Broncos. It says in later years, Sharpe's earnings varied from 110,000 to 3 million. According to Sport Track, Sharpe pulled in 22.3 million in career earnings during 15 seasons with the Broncos and the Ravens. At the time of publishing this article, Shannon Sharpe nearly 3-hour Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay has more than 61 million views. It says 62. I just clicked on it. 2 months after its release, in addition to the 61 million viewed full video, Sharpe's podcast channel also uploaded clipped moments from the full interview, also which have views in the hundreds of thousands and millions. Cat should be receiving a payment. Yeah, I'm sure he paid him. Cat wasn't lying whenever he said whatever he touches turn to gold. He made over 10 million if anyone was wondering. You know, a lot of y'all be in the comments just saying shit, just saying stuff that you don't have no clue about. Stop telling the world the government is going to try to ban YouTube next. No, because Google gets a lot of money off of all of us creating content. They get paid too. I really think they should change the amount. That's why a lot of people don't like to do super chats, because YouTube or Google takes 45% of it. Yeah, that's why people say, don't send me a super chat. Send it to the Cashapp so I can get all of it, because YouTube is going to take their 45% of it. You know what? I feel like they owe Cat. You don't know. You're looking at this. You don't know what they paid Cat Williams. You don't know if they paid Cat Williams. I'm sure Monique did not do that interview for free. So I'm sure they're paying those people to come on there. We're not just coming on here because Monique didn't even have anything going on when they asked her, what do you have going on? And she just said some bullshit. She don't have nothing going on. So she's not here for free. I don't think her pimp daddy would want that or accept that. Anyways, IRS is like, he did. Yeah, he's gonna get a 1099 at the end of the year, of course. He's gonna have to put that on his taxes, girl. He gonna get a 1099 trust. We all do. The Cat Williams effect. Ocho is a vibe. Cat need a check. No, Cat got paid to be there. Are y'all slow? Exactly. Thank you. Like, what the hell? Anyways, y'all, that is where we're gonna stop on the 62 million views that Club Shay Shay has. Oh, that Cat Williams interview. See, I'm drinking coffee and yawning, girl. It's just a taste for me. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Let me know what you think. I know y'all are really gonna sound off about the hood thing, being hood and black and anti-black, and where that, how saying that people are, so tethered, their identities are so tethered to the hood, right? Other groups of people, other cultures of people have names for their hood people. And it is the environment in which domestic terrorism ensues, right? People are in the hood being terrorized by hood niggas. That's the thing. You understand? So hopefully y'all was able to hear me. Hopefully this wasn't muffled or anything. Hopefully it sounds good. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. We got merch and the little tiny what is it called? The little tiny bracelets that I have. These little bracelets. There's a link in there. what are they called? Can't remember the damn name of the damn bracelets. Tiny secrets. What they called? Tiny rituals. Sorry, I don't know why I said secrets. Tiny ritual. They're little energy bracelets. This is a black obsidian, but they have other different little things. They have a little. It's a little silver, little tag on it, but they're tiny and they come in different colors. You can get different ones. But there's a link in my bio. Merch. We got the CBD products, the THC products. So go ahead. Don't forget to timestamp, like the video, take care of each other, protect your energy. Peace.